Mike Comptech here for a disassembly video of Zoltar.
I am Zoltar.
We're going to get into this all the way down to where we can remove the animatronic figure of Zoltar. We're going to see where all the secret screws are hidden. I've already taken all the screws out, but I'll show you what's going on. I used the foam out of the box for a little platform to work on and make it easier to slide around. So let's get to the back.
What are you waiting for? Come on over.
Let me shut Zoltar off here. So we'll get to the back here. First thing you want to do is don't touch this screw and don't touch this one. These hold the lamps on. I do have mine removed because I'm getting ready to modify these lights. And I'll show you in a later video what's up with that. Take that one out, take this one, take these are small. Be very careful. These are tiny. These actually screw right into the plexiglass. I use a, let's turn it over. I use a Craftsman, yeah, this is the Phillips Zero head on this that I've used on many laptops to take apart. That's one of them. That's the screwdriver I use, and then that fits these the very small ones perfectly. And I tell you what, they are small. You can not only use the little coin catcher for the coins, but keep the screws in there too as well. So let's look at there they are right there. There's the little screws that come out of there. There's 4 of them. And then you have one here, and to the left, and then one here and here. And that'll get you into the back. First thing you want to do, pull the little coin drawer out first. Take that out, and then you can pop the back off, and then turn him around here. Then you can pop this back off. I'm going to set that and then bring these guys over here, right here. He's so excited about being opened up, he's opening up on his own. And then I'll bring this down and lay it kind of right across here like that, so that way you don't, they do have plenty of slack in here on the wires, but you don't want to stress them out. The solder joints can be a little delicate, but if you're doing this, you know how to solder, I hope. So anyway, if something happens, like here, I'll show you the ticket dispenser. I purposely took this off because there's another video coming up on what I'm doing with that ticket dispenser motor, and it's not only just disabling it, but it's I'll just leave that right there. I won't go any farther. There'll be another video covering that. So this gets you into the back area, and then on the sides here they hid, well, not really hid, but they had to secure it somehow. You've got your little trim pieces. Now at least they didn't glue these. They're just pinned, they're just basically held in by friction on those pins. So you can use a stainless steel spudger, and boy, I tell you what, I am sold on these. I'm a computer technician also, and I have opened up many laptops with these. These are fantastic. They are really sharp and thin on the end, and they don't cause damage because of that being sharp, and they're stainless steel. They're very tough, very strong. So you can remove those side panels, and then there's a screw here, and then there's a screw right here, and the same on the other side. So it'll look just like this. And then actually, if you're one to take Zoltar out, let's see if I can do this one-handed. If I can get that started. I've had it out here a few times, so he's pretty easy to come out. So here's Zoltar freed from his cocoon. And then underneath here, you see the RGB LED circuit board and the lay it there. And here's the motor. That's one of the hobby brush motors right there. It's a 3.8 volts somewhere in there, 4 volt. And then they put an RC network on there. Those aren't resistors, those are inductors. And you see that disc capacitor right up in there? Well, we're dealing with a brush motor, which, you know, produces some interference because of the commutator switching back and forth on those brushes. And we do have electronic circuitry down here, so they have to be somewhat careful. They want to try to filter as much as that as possible. And then he'll just slide right back in there. So that's what that is. And also the ticket motor has the same setup. It is the a motor driving that, and then see the two inductors back there. See if I can put a little more concentrated light in there. The two inductors, and then there's a disc capacitor up there too as well. That is also acting as a network. It's just basically a noise reduction type network, you know. So that's basically what that is. And then we can go as far as disassembling is I'm going to make some modifications to the lights. And you can see that's, you know, my screws are already been taken out. When I ordered these, I thought, oh boy, I hope I can get, you know, I hope these aren't just completely glued together where you can't do anything with them, you know, except maybe take the back off or whatever. And of course, a lot of people have been taking the back off because of their fringe isn't right, or this piece of fringe should have a gap here and here on the back one. Sometimes it may not have gotten centered, you know, just right, or the side fringe here is, you know, is all tangled up. You know, these things, they got bumped around a little bit in shipping, so as some of you well know, it wasn't a peaceful ride probably all the time, and that's to be expected. That's just going to happen, you know. So, but back to the lights here. These are pretty neat what they did. The screw, you can take it out, and then that releases the light itself. And then basically the light, these are hot glued on here, but if you take your hands and, you know, just kind of warm it with just even your finger and just keep it screwed in when you're trying to take this globe off, because that'll help support everything. But just give it a little twist motion, and those will come off. And then basically I've already cleaned off the residual hot glue. So that's your globe lens. And then I did the same on this one. And then the LEDs are here. These are 5mm, but they're short, but these are the high brightness type. And it's pretty neat what they did here on the holder. That center piece of plastic not only keeps the LED from disappearing down in there, but it also keeps the wire separated too. But the LEDs that I have, these special LEDs that I'm putting in here, are quite unique. They're 5mm, but that plastic in the center, it holds my LEDs are just a tad taller, and it won't let the globe sit all the way down here on this flange. So I'll get out my trusty Dremel tool, and we'll take that down just a little bit, and then fold the LED, and you'll never know that it was any different. That way it'll allow my LED to sit down where that globe can sit on there and get all the way down to that little edge right there. So that's a up and coming project, and an up and coming video probably on that too. And actually, of course, the final results will be shown. And then the top part is really, this can be a little difficult here. You want to have a good spudger tool. Get back up here. I was putting that back on before I shot up there. You want to have a pretty decent spudger tool like that. You know, these are readily available on Amazon. That's not a problem getting these. And this is not glued on, but there are, let me take it off. They're just pinned. 4 pins here, but of course it's all held together with friction on the top, totally. And it doesn't even take much for that to get back in there. Okay. So they're held together with these four receptacles right here. These come down and they friction fit into these right here, into these four. And of course, I've already taken the four. There's four black screws up here to take out once you, if you want to take this top off. And the reason why I got to take the top off, these four right here. I'm sorry, this one and this one right here. I got to find out where I'm at. And then the reason why I'm taking this apart, because this will lift right off. And then there's a lens up here, because I want to change those two yellow LEDs that they put here. There's one underneath here, and there's one here. I want to change those. I'm going to actually take this off for you. So I've already taken the other two screws out, and then we'll take this last screw out of here. And I'm going to have to, excuse me just a second, I'll put my finger here so that thing won't just come flying out of there. Okay. So now, here's our top out of there after you've taken those, and those are silver screws that are in here. They're silver in color, and then basically I just put them, get that out of here. So I just keep everything organized. There again, I used a piece of that the protection foam out of the box right there too as well. But here's the top, and then the LEDs are right here. One right here on the right, and one there on the left. And these are both wired in parallel. The dropping resistors, if I had to make a guess, I would say the dropping resistors for the internals are probably right. These three guys right here, maybe not, I don't know. There is a different identifier on these two versus that one. Or they could just be regulating the voltage and, you know, not dropping it, because I have measured the voltage and I've already calculated the new voltage for the new LEDs coming from this same output circuit right here. But these two are in parallel, and there isn't any dropping resistor here. These are 5mm also, but they are the short ones. So my remedy for that is you can grind off a little bit of the top of the LED, and actually that would help diffuse the light even that much more, because you're grinding that off, taking a little bit of the lens away. So that works. I mean, I've done that lots of times on different other items, and it works out really fine. If you absolutely had to cram a 5mm in there. I don't want to use 3mm here because the diameter's not right, and besides that, they're pretty small. So here's the fringe that a lot of people are having to go in there and straighten out. And this is all hot glued right on this frame too. The one on the back and the two on the right and the left are all hot glued in here. But for now, that's about as far as I'm going to go for now. I think I want to do a video on the ticket dispenser mechanism, and I would like to do a complete teardown of the animatronic. I did notice they have pins, and if all these pins are like this one, they are basically, you can see now, let me get the light around here. You can see I pushed that pin out, and this is his pivot point on his head. That's the pivot point on his head. Actually, these are knurled a little bit on the ends, but they're sitting there basically in friction. You know, the friction holds them in. If I leave that sticking out, it'll look like Frankenstein. There we go. Anyway, I want to do a teardown on him too. So yeah, we'll probably do an undressing here. So hold your eyes. But anyway, I want to do that. And if any of you are wondering that, you know, this is not the only Zoltar I have. I have 2-3 more of these because I bought extra for parts, and because I knew I was going to have one as a sacrificial type Zoltar. So this one happens to be it. So not going to ruin anything, not going to blow anything up, but it's I have to have something to experiment with, because this is not the one in my collection. The one in my collection came perfect. All the fringe was good, everything worked. The ticket dispensed perfect on every perforation. Charge the battery first. It's very important to charge this first, and I do use a 5-volt power supply with about 2 amps of current to drive this, and to drive the rest of my New Wave toys. There's some here, and I have some unboxed. There's a couple there having fun playing Cubert, but anyway, to keep the voltage up on that motor, because if this, like, you know, if this would fall off in percent, I can understand. This motor is gonna, if it's just a tad slower, it will be not lining up the perforation correctly. So most of the time I run my Zoltar, it's plugged in, so that's just the way it is. But he looks a little naked now, but once we're done with this one, it will look totally different. But I'm also going to set it up to where I can throw a couple of magic switches, and it puts him right back to the same original operation that he was before. So thank you for watching my videos. There's a lot more coming on this. This is a neat project to undertake here. Talk to you later.